Hello, music class. Okay, so this is the second Sound Lab video. The first one was um, how to set up your account. I'm assuming if you were watching this one, your account is set up and ready to go. If it is not, please go back, check out the other video called BandLab Sign Up, I believe it's called BandLab Sign Up. If you're here and you're ready, then we're going to start. This is actually the second time I've done this video. In the first video, I made that wonderful song you see on the screen called Mr. Nance's Terrible Song. However, hopefully this time I will do a little better. The last video was a bit too long, so this one should be shorter and more precise. Okay, so what are we doing in this video? We're going to learn how to drag over loops to make a song. We're going to learn how to stretch those loops out so they can be longer. We're going to learn how to rewind to the beginning of the song so you can go back to the beginning and listen to it again. We're going to learn how to put a repeat on your loop so you don't have to do all that rewinding as much. We're also going to play with the volumes of each loop. We're going to go over packs and loops to start our song. And that'll be it for this lesson. Okay, here we go. To start our song, we're going to come up here to the top right and hit create. Now we are starting a new song. These are things that we can do on BandLab that we may do later. But for this lesson, we're not going to use them. We're going to come down here to browse loops. Okay, a loop. Just to give you a little terminology, all a loop is a repeated section. So if you have a drum beat, it's just looped over and over because that drum beat is not going to change. Or if you have some kind of keyboard thing that's going to repeat, a loop is just a repeated recording or recorded sound. Okay. So now you know what a loop is. We're going to browse the loops. All right, here we go. So we have this looks much like Soundation or Soundtrap. So you should not be too shocked at this point. Over here, this is a little different. We have browse, packs, and loops. Browse. All this is kind of like a quick go-to to recent additions. New, well, I guess I'm not really sure what the difference between recent and new would be, but anyway, so here are new, favorites, popular, whatever. Now, if you want to kind of get an idea of what these sound like what does Bollywood percussion sound like, click on the play button. So if you have a song, maybe you don't want to make a Bollywood song, but maybe you want, one of those drums in your song, you would look in here, and then there you go. Okay, they're all in there. But we're going to go back to explore. Let's go down. Let's check out popular. These are popular, so maybe we'll like them too. What is Turbo Trap? All right, so if you like this or bounce, I kind of like this. So let's just work with this one. So we would click on here, get in here, and play with stuff. All right, so we are in here. First, we have instruments right here. So let's do a beat. We only have 13 in here. Makes it a little quicker. Now, if I were doing this for me, I would take my time and listen to all 13 of these. But we are going to listen to the first one. Whether we like it or not, we are going to use it for time's sake. All right, I like it. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hold my left mouse button down. I'm going to drag it over. Oh no, what happened? This is not at measure 1. So you will click on it again, drag it over to the number 1. Now, this is our song to this point. Shortest song ever. All right. Obviously, we need a longer song than that. So I've showed you how to drag over. Now the next thing I said we were going to learn how to stretch. So see this little circle right here? When you put your mouse over it, it makes those two arrows that are going left and right like that. We're going to click, hold that down, and we're just going to pull to the right. Boom, it's stretched out. Now this thing goes on for 10.5 measures. Now, we don't want to start every song at measure 7, so we need to get back to the beginning. This is the rewind button. This little triangle that kind of points to the left with the line. And then actually, if you just hold the mouse over it, it says go to beginning. Click on it. Now, it didn't quite go to the beginning, went to the beginning of a phrase. Click on it again or go back to the beginning of the song. Now, so we don't have to, then I also said, I'm going to show you how to do a repeat so we don't have to keep coming back. So, right on the 1, if you click on this, I don't think that's what, yeah, actually, let's go to the 1. We're going to drag it over. See the 2 little arrows? Then we're going to drag it as far as we want to go. We could stop at the end of 4, beginning of 5, and let's go all the way down to the end of 8, beginning of 9. Now watch what happens. Now, when it gets to 8, the end of 8, it's not going to go to 9. It's going to go back to measure 1. Maybe I should have done a 4 measure. This would have been a little quicker. Boom. There you go. We're back at the beginning. All right. Easy enough. Now, so we have our beat. Now let's add a bass line. Let's just skip down. Like I said, the more of these you listen to, the better song you'll be able to come up with. But I'm just going to jump down to number 19. I don't want to look at a lot of these. All right, just for time's sake, let's use this one. All right, so we're going to drag it. We're going to drag it over. All right, that didn't work. Let's try it again. I don't even know if I did the same one. Slide it over to measure 1. We're going to extend it out. And let's go back to the beginning. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, now, I also said we were going to work on volumes. I don't like how the bounce bass 13 is overpowering my bounce beat 1. So right here, we have volume. So I'm going to just go ahead and play it. I can turn down the volume of the bass. I think the bass is a little too quiet. I'm going to bring it back up. Now, if I click on the beats, I can drag this up. There we go. All right, that is that. Now, let's add a voice. I don't know what this is going to be. Let's see what it sounds like. Bounce, vocal 1. There's that. Let's do run it. Drag this one over. Need to slide it over. Let's find it. All right, that needs to stop. You might have to come over here and hit stop. See, it's still playing. Hit pause, hit play. Now, maybe I only wanted to say run it at the beginning. And if I do, then maybe I do not extend this out. Maybe I just leave it right there. Okay, so my song would be, or maybe I don't want it to be at measure 1. I want it to come in here at measure 3. So I'm going to slide it over to measure 3. Now I'm going to rewind back to the beginning. Now, let's just say I do not like run it at all, and I just want to get rid of it. How do I do that? Any of these you can click on. Whoops. Now, I accidentally did that. I did not want to. A shortcut to get that back, if you come up here to this little arrow, it says undo. Boom, it's back. Okay, so if you make a mistake, go to undo, you can fix it. Now, back to deleting. I don't want this vocal. I click on the vocal. What did I say? We're going to delete it. So we're going to go to our keyboard. Boom, hit delete on the keyboard. Delete's right above the backspace from my keyboard. I'm assuming yours may be similar. So now the vocal is gone. Okay, let's see if there's another one we may like. All right, let's just do that. Put it up. Rewind. Play. I think I want that going, so I'm going to go ahead and extend it on out. Okay, so that is the basics to making a song. One thing I want to go, oh, wait, we need to name our song. So let's name it. So up here where it says new project, that's a terrible name for a song. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to get rid of new project. Now, I named that last song in the video that you're never going to see called Mr. Nance's Terrible Song. So we're going to call this one Mr. Nance's It Better. All right. So that's what we're going to name this one. However, you can name your song anything you want to. Okay. You guys have listened to, now granted, you probably should do all these at the title of a song. So we should probably do some stuff. Get a little English lesson here. It better. Now, technically, it is not saved. If you look right here, it says last saved, never. So if we want to save it, we have it titled. We have a little song, but we haven't saved it. So we're going to come over here to save. Song is saved. All right. So that is how you make a song. One thing I do want to go over right before we go is this. So we're done with our song. We're going to come over here to exit. We exit. Let's go back to create. We go back to browse loops. Now, I just did the browse here, right? Packs, it's kind of like the browse, except a whole lot more packs. Go through, listen to them. There's all kinds of stuff. Guitar loops, African Afro Pella, deep house stabs, thrash metal guitars and bass. So there's all kinds of stuff in here. The more you know, the more you can use. Or you can come over here to loops. Loops just has the loops. They're not in any kind of grouping, okay? But if you go to instruments, you can go through, go to piano. Now these are my piano. But if I come over to the genre, genre is just a fancy word for music style. So genre, we have electronic music, rock, R&B, bossa nova, reggaeton, dub, house, hip hop. All right. So what is piano hip hop? Click on that. Gets us down to this. And let's play one. Rain Bell Piano. Okay, there you go. All right. So those are our three ways of finding loops. Browse. They just give us some random things to search through. Packs. Those are all the packs. Or we can do loops. All right. Well, that does it for our lesson today. Go back through the video. If there's something that I went through too fast, cool thing about a video, you can rewind and listen to it again. So use this video as a reminder of how to do things, because oftentimes in class, I will show you how to do it. You'll give me a thumbs up because it makes perfect sense. 3 hours later, you've eaten dinner and played some video games, and you come back to this and you've forgotten everything. And that's okay. That's normal. That's why I made these videos. So enjoy, make music. Don't be scared to make mistakes. All you have to do is delete, have fun, and hopefully you can show me some of your awesome creations the next time I see you. Have a great day and happy music making.